Here, another day of astro-gravitational report for you. Took a time to thinking about it, how to interpreting to this interpretations of the energy that it's coming into us today. Because every time when I was trying to see, and every time when I trying to look, every trying to understand, there was something it wasn't. When I get my guts on it to look. Very interesting because the moon is going to be joining Mars. Usually, that is the intuitions putting together with actions in there. But that energy, it is sextiling Chiron, and at the same time, there is a divine energies with Jupiter and retrograde. And I'm like, what should be, what it is, what I need to understand. So I had to a little bit kind of like a takeoff and get it there. So finally I got it. Hopefully I'm going to be doing some good interpretation. Hopefully you're going to get it. And hopefully this is going to be helping you in your life. All right. So with that being said, thank you for coming in, for the clicks, the likes, the shares. If you like the channel, you can subscribe up here. And thank you for supporting the channel. All right. Here what we're going to go through it. All right. 7 o'clock in the morning, Mars is going to be exactly with the ascendant. Mars is in Aquarius. Usually Mars in Aquarius. This is a rebellious. This is I'm going to do a revolutions. I'm going to go ahead and go through whatever I have to go through. I just going to go do some revolution. Okay. I need to evolve in there. But that energy is acting for what? For different ways and totally different advanced way within the soul. Fateh Amai, if I pronounce it right. Thank you for coming to the channel. So here is the Mars is also representing the warrior, the wisdom, the gaining in there. And since that energy is going to be tying up within the intuition, is going to be looking at what? What happened in the family patterns in the past. So I had to look at it in there, and what is going to happen is a very cool thing. We have to move forward without dragging this family, this tribal, continuously, I don't want to say hatred, okay? But I want to say these old patterns, I don't like this, I don't like them. We got to keep them, they're enemies, and this is what happened in the past, 10,000 years ago, and so on and so on. We have to learn forgiveness. And it was hit me right in there that energy of forgiveness is about it. When we are going into the new age of Aquarius, in there, we cannot continue passing this generational family pattern of I don't like this tribe, I don't like this nationality, I don't like this, I don't like. We all have to evolve. And this is what Mars and the moon is going to be doing it before the new moon at Aquarius, which is going to happen tomorrow. So with that energy in there, Mars is going to be a very much active at 7 o'clock in the morning. Very, very powerful, very peaceful in a way energies in there, because it's not going to put some pressures. Okay, but it's going to be working into the wisdom. You to become this warrior from a higher realm. I would say more like an angelic realm in there. To it. Hi Diego, thank you for coming in. Andrea, thank you for coming in. And this is going to be this energy that it's going to tell you, I don't have to fight nobody. I can respect everybody. Everybody has their own things. But I need to learn to forgive, because if I don't forgive, how I'm going to be moving forward. So, with that being said, we're going to see some the inner work that is going to be at Sag. A lot of this publicity, public stuff, or somebody says something to you in public and so on. Of course, the triggers, okay, in there. So with that energy, at 8 o'clock, when we are going to go through it, is going to be changed a little bit. Right now, we are starting to look at it, how we can create the new structure since Saturn enters Aries, and we are going to be seeing it that ascendant, particularly in Pisces, is going to be looking at what is going to be looking at how we can put the proper emotions into this old family patterns. Where two tribes comes in and they decide we're going to get together, then those old tribes they comes in and they say we are going to be really a country. We are going to be identified as a one nation. So this is a one of the things that is going to be look, but it's going to be looking through what? Through the soul, through the spirit. All right, 9 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Capricorn. Of course, certain works, it's like it cannot be ready. These things, it's standing on the way. You need to understand that the old ways is going to be standing into our new ways. It's normal, accept as that. But the energy of that, if you're working towards your destiny, is going to come in and is going to help you because that is the energy that it's going to come, particularly with Mercury, because Mercury, it is going to be trining Jupiter and sextiling the inner work. It's important that when you do a work, how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to be my plans for the future, what I am going to do to get and reach to that level of happiness. Because at the end of the day, when I put my head in the pillow, I want to be happy with my actions that I did because the happiness and inner peace is important to me. So, Chiron is going to be coming in the ascendant at 9 o'clock. This is going to be more about like, okay, I'm matured. I overcome my childish things. I overcome my maturity. I overcome my wounds as an inner child. And this is going to be a very beautiful, this is giving you a power. When you healed those wounds, you're giving yourself the power and the permission of go ahead and evolve within you. Now, 10 o'clock, this is going to be more about professional wise and how you're going to be dealing in the material world. The inner work, it is connecting with in Capricorn, very, very powerful energy with Uranus who is moving forward. But as that ascendant in there is going to beginning, we're going to see some when Mars is going to be a squaring Uranus. This is going to be when the Mars is not going to be happy with the things that are moving forward in the Earth. And then it's going to be like, there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some issues. There's going to be some problems. And we're just going to be seeing that as more as a precaution because you don't want to repeat past into the today's day because the past is going to be what? Back to life. And we're going to do the same thing. We've been doing it as a society, as a spirituality, over and over again. All right, 11 o'clock, the inner work is going to be between Pluto and the moon. The moon, it's very beautiful with the ascendant, beautiful emotions, beautiful energies in there. Except that the things that right now is Venus and Mercury in the North Node, it's squaring the ascendant. Usually you're not seeing at this, it's seeing at the duality. I don't like this, I don't want this, and so on. Is it really have to be that hard? Can we just find a way to do it more easier? You got to do what you have to go through it. But certain things, it doesn't matter if you have 20 computers and so on and so on. Your inner work as a human being, you do it on your own. And that's what it's hard. And if you get at this, and if you get the inner work that it's going to be coming towards you, and you're doing it for you to live and have a better life, God bless your soul. You're in the right direction. All right. The next hour, this is going to be the hour 12 o'clock. Usually this is one of the inner work. It is connecting with the sun. Ooh, that's the authority, right? That's the authority time. What you are going to be approving within your life. Right now that the energy is really squaring Taurus, as you see it, a lot of the things about money, finances, real estate, and so on and so on. It's kind of like a crazy, right? You may gonna see some places where the prices are way high, and the things about energies that it's coming into is about to change, and When these things are changing in there, those things is gonna be coming in, and they're gonna be changed for what? Switching things. And those switching things, it is about if somebody has something but he's not using it, the universe says it's a blocked energy. It's gonna go through somewhere else. And if it's not used, somebody else is needing it. It makes an adjustment. So we're gonna see a lot of shifts, sudden shifts within what? Within the material world. And that can go all the way from money. You may gonna win lottery because you need to get somewhere, to be somewhere. We can get into, are you getting a cheaper things, cheaper house, or something is moving because you have to fit. What you need, you have to fit in there. So the things are gonna be start moving, even though the Uranus is the one who's ruling on that in there. All right, so keeping it going at 1 o'clock, the destiny is gonna start calling. Of course, a lot of this is gonna be having to do with the shadow. You did bad things come to you. Okay. Particularly one of these shadows energies is coming in from other people in there. That it's related into what? It's related to the Lilith. The Lilith is at Sagittarius. Okay. So as the inner work is going to be matching the destiny, you're going to be really looking more deeply. Some of the people is going to be kind of like, you know what, I'm not worried about destiny. I don't want I don't get it in there because they're under the shadow. Okay? And when you are under the shadow, what's happening to you? You don't have the proper visions. You don't have the proper ideas. You cannot even make up your mind, right? Because guess what? The shadow clouds your visions. And don't allow this to happen in there, particularly that Venus is right there. Some of the people are going to start feeling that it's like, oh, something with my love life is not right, something in a place, and the people start not loving, and so on and so on. You have to love your future destiny that you want to become. That is the thing. But that energy about this is going to be about you to straighten up the power of the soul. Okay? You to straighten up the power of the soul. All right. The next hour, that's going to be at 2 o'clock. The inner work is going to be what's very close. It's going to be at Pisces, but it's going to be very close to Saturn and Neptune there. That energy is still beautiful. They're still working in together with Pluto and Uranus. Things are going to be start slowly but surely start falling into pieces. And the pieces start falling into its own place, like a puzzle. Okay? But you have to be ready up here. You have to be ready within your mind, within your psyche. Start asking questions. If something doesn't happen, why? Okay? Because even if the opportunity comes to you, if your mind is not ready to accepting the opportunity, you're going to miss it. You probably know this through your life about that. And you're going to be ready for the new, the inner work at 3 o'clock. That is going to be some very beautiful sextile with the moon. You're going to feel these energies like I need to move and I got to be ready for the next life. I'm got to be ready for this. I am preparing for it. I know I have some few things to polish. Don't forget about it that the diamond, even if it's strong, it has to be chopped off. Then it has to be polished. Okay? And that's how you have to look yourself. Okay? You may be gonna go over the same things over and over and over again, but those are the things that's gonna make you what? Reflecting the energies that you're getting from the universe as the diamond reflecting the light. It's not shine, it's a reflection. Okay, but it's the same thing as the reflections is also you facing the mirror. Do you love yourself? Do you tell yourself, I love myself? All right. Well, that is going to be coming at 4 o'clock because the inner work is going to be with the inner child with Chiron. That is going to be beginning to square Pluto. Is like this inner child maybe is going to be in your way, standing on your way for transformations. And this is why right now, as the moon and Mars in there, that is intuition and the warrior to help you to overcome these problems of the inner child. But it's going to be required what? The hardest thing is to forgive the things that you don't love, the things that harm you, the things that made damage thousands of years ago, and now your country is suffering, or your nation is suffering, and so on, and so on, and so on. One of the hardest things is to forgive and forget. But apply that first to yourself, and then when you forgive and forget within yourself, then you're going to be forgive and forget everybody out there. But you're also going to be reflecting that energies within other people. Okay? Somebody does bad to you, just let them figure it out on their own. Okay? If they want to talk to you, then the things has got to be a completely different story. All right, material time. This is going to be some 5 o'clock. You're going to be talking about possessions, money, situations, and so on. Very beautiful, because this is going to be revising situations of the family patterns about money. And we're talking about possessions, about money. Mercury right now at 15 degrees. It's trining 15 degrees of Jupiter. Okay, and now in the inner work that it's almost at 15 degrees, it's at 14 degrees 14 minutes in there. That is going to be the energy that it's going to be comes in and says like we need to make a plan. We need to go ahead and make a plan for this. We need to execute that plan and see how the things is. But we don't have to repeat the mistakes of the past generations. If they didn't want to do it, maybe we have to do it. Because you're going to find out that whatever your parents did not did or grandparents did not did, it's coming up and popping up in the front of you, and it's the hardest thing to do because you came in to change that bloodline. Okay. I am light. Thank you for coming in. Great messages, and yes, only gratitude remains. Of course, at 6 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Virgo. As I said, the Virgos right now having a hard time, particularly if you have anything in the beginnings of Virgo in there, because right now we are having a Venus, the North Node, and Mercury that it's in Pisces in there. We also have Lilith that it's at the first degrees of Sag. That particularly is going to be affecting the duality signs. Okay. Making up your mind is going to be a very hard, but the divine energies from Pluto is going to come in and help the visions of the oneself. Okay? Sometimes you don't have to program yourself. You don't have to force yourself. You just have to look at the visions of yourself that you want so much. To see it from within you. Okay? And then in that vision and that image, you create in the belief system that organize you. And that's the power of who? Of Virgo. Okay? All right. 7 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Gemini. Now, of course, from the previous hour of duality, now you're going to have the duality. Who is a friend? Who is a foe? Eeny, miny, mo, I don't know. And this is what the answer will be. You don't know who is your true friend, right? Because you see this duality that today they are, tomorrow is not, today they talk, tomorrow is not. It's a collective energy. But it's about one thing in there, to determining inside of you about those family patterns. Okay? Because the Jupiter is going to come in, it says like everything that it's hidden in where? In your DNA. Everything that you have, all the knowledge and the information is stored in the DNA. And if certain links are missing in there, this is your inner work. And you're going to see how that family inner work is attached to the friendshipness. Okay? Is attached to that friendshipness. All right. More duality is going to be coming in, particularly challenges. Is like, okay, well, how can I build the system? How can I build my new self? How can I create my new self? The things that you want so much, are you afraid so much is going to happen? Okay, so there is going to be some changes. Those changes, there are going to be a sudden changes coming in from Uranus that works with Saturn and Neptune. Okay, all you have to do is trust it. People who have something in the end of Virgo, particularly right now, they're going to be having 150 degrees with the sun. I'm changing myself to evolve. Let me repeat that. I change myself to evolve. And that is a 150 degrees aspect from Virgo towards Aquarius. Okay? Those are these energies. But the other 150 degrees, it's coming from where? From Aries. And this is why those 150 degrees yachts, they are critical to be understood. Okay? All right. 9 o'clock, the inner work is going to be pretty much very close to the dark sun, who is responsible to awaken us, to put the light where light usually doesn't go. Okay? So that is going to be a very beautiful with Jupiter and at Venus. Venus is going to be happy that resolving issues in the family. Okay, very beautiful energies, very interesting moments are coming in there. The moon, it's already passing through Mars. Mars is at 19 degrees. The moon is at 20. Here is the part. Did you forgive or forget, or you keep carrying it the things from within you? Venus is going to help in there, because realizing that keeping these energies in there, okay, is not good. It's the same thing, let's say, like something happened through your grandparents, through your parents, and now you don't like that energy, you don't like your family, you don't like this, you don't like so on. You cannot forgive them, because all they did is what they knew. You can get into them portions in there, but it's the same thing. It's applying into the collective, right? So this hour is going to be a very beautiful, because the ascendant is at Libra, 150 degrees with Venus and the North Node. Venus in the North Node, they are about to merge, really emerge, because Venus is at 8 degrees, the North Node is at 9. We're going to see some overnight, a very, very powerful love and values in the soul energies. All right, 10 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Cancer. This is going to be some putting 150 degrees towards the sun and the moon with Mars ascendant. That is it. It's going to be a trining the moon and Mars. Very powerful test. Okay, very powerful test, because you don't forgive the old patterns. You're going to be repeating it. And Mars is going to be like, no, I'm not doing it this. Because if you know that you're going to bring those patterns to the future family that you're doing, do you do your family karma in there? Do you going to be changing the world? Do you going to make the world a better place after you? We're all going to, change forms, right? I mean, this physical body is going to disappear, right? Sooner or later, right? But it's about what you leave after you. And this is going to be the energy of the moon and Mars that comes in. You have the reason, you have the purpose to forgive and forget. And if you understand that purpose, that's love. All right, 11 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Leo, of course. What about the other things that I need to do? Well, you're developing a powerful personality based of love and values. for your new destiny. You're finally getting it that Leos also represent wisdom. This is why back in the days, the people they go for advice to the kings, and they do get their offerings. Some people brought a chicken, some people brought eggs and food, or some people brought gold. However, just to get the wisdom. But the wisdom is created. It's self-created. It's your choice, you to make yourself wise, or you remaining of that part of, oh, what about me? I want everything to be about me. I want the attentions about me. I'm a muy importante persona. I'm a very important person. I'm a VIP. You still have a soul, and you still have dignity. Okay? It doesn't matter. Your status, your money, you're still a soul. And this is going to be a hard lesson for somebody. Of course, some people is going to be triggered at midnight about that, but we are not going to be talking about that, okay? Because that's what it was, the astrogravitational report. But my suggestion is if you cannot fall asleep before 12 o'clock in there, you have not resolved something within you. Okay, guys? And I'm going to be giving you about the 17th at 7 o'clock in the morning, February 17th. How's the day going to start? Well, we are going to be focused on the new beginning of the age of Aquarius. We are going to be focusing because the moon is going to be at 26 degrees. The sun is going to be at 28 degrees. That is going to be a squaring Uranus. Be mindful about that because every square of Uranus, it is going to be your fighting universe, and you don't want to do that, okay? Because when the universe is going to comes in, it's going to be asking you about it. Why did you fight me? You lost. I tried to adjust the things for you, right? But for that, we're going to be talking more about it tomorrow. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. And come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love. Hopefully this report helps you, inspires you, makes your life fulfilled and better. Much love.